And I think we should start right with map number 16.
I think we should. I also saw comments by Dvinjo. Time to take a lot of notes. I would say bring your notepad out.
Yeah.
Definitely do it. Definitely do so.
I mean, we are not the most knowledgeable guys for the maps per se, but we have a lot of knowledge about the game. So track 16, I think my least played campaign maps. Who do we see? We see Forever, Afi, Roadtaker, Muda, and Insanity. So
I would
yeah.
actually advise you to follow Mada's line here. Mada just inverted the new line. I would say let's go with that.
Okay, let me actually do that. Let me go into this external camera and then into Muda's line. So let me check out this record. Okay. Already a different start, but I see where this is going. Yeah. Nice
Yeah,
start
that's
trick.
a 200 IQ move there.
Was also thinking about that actually. But I mean, it's not saving like a tremendous amount, but on, of course, maps like this, like 0.1 or 0.05 is a lot.
Yeah, and then you continue the map normally. So, oh, that was a mistake there.
Yep.
I
No
didn't
gear.
know he lost so much time there.
Yeah, lost the gear. But
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
a nice dirt map.
And still he got the pace. I think he's gonna overtake some people near the finish.
Yeah, because the ending is interesting with that that you just hit before the finish if you don't have the speed. Okay, so let's actually check a little different line. Let's check out Insanity. So they're going straight, yeah, they're going straight and then steer to the left in order to get this line done here. Muda is jumping way higher, but of course he got more speed out of that and also gets just a better transition. Then all of them do a little bit of a no steer to get that gear up and then just try to hold it over this right-hander. Then attack part into another part where you don't want to gear up before. So a lot of gear management on this map.
Yeah, you really wanna keep your gear, and actually anyone does so really well. And I actually tried on when I hunted, I tried the Mother's line, and Mother's line is so superior, but it's also so much tougher to keep your gear that way. So what he does basically, he kind of bumps the first available dirt section there, and then he lands in a way that somehow allows him to keep the gear. So that is very difficult to do, very difficult to do. Obviously gaining advantage over everyone else. And then just continues normally. So that little tweak there, landing almost straight with the car on the outside to keep the grip, and then releasing just for a tiny bit of second, and then continuing normally. So that's not easy to do. It may look easy. You might say, okay, what's the big deal? I tell you, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. It's not easy to do.
Yeah, and also, I mean, look at that. Like, this small no steer section there that he gives up there. It's like, it's, of course, dirt players do that by heart, but still, it is something that is not easy. Yeah, it's something that is not easy. So great line for Muda there at the start. Also, one thing that I have noticed on this map is that players actually release before that turn here to not gear up. That is one thing that I've noticed. So they're releasing here to not gear up, to not go into the fifth gear. It's really important.
You have too much speed. You want to take it from outside to outside, not gear up. Take it from outside to outside. Then not being too much to the right or to the left. That was a mistake. You see exactly what happens if you don't follow that principle exactly. And then you basically continue normally. Slow down just a bit here, a small release, so that you can make the corner and stay on the left. Stay on the left. Have a nice transition from there to road again, just so that you can make the finish. Because finish here is pretty problematic. It wasn't well designed, I think.
Yeah, probably also to
yeah.
annoy a bit, right?
Indeed.
But yeah, I mean, again, Muda, he made a mistake. You said that with the gear. He was gearing up, I think, and then gearing down again. Let me actually take a look at that. I think he got a lot of speeds here.
So yeah, you can definitely break the world record with his line, but of course it's gonna be tough, and you gotta do anything else almost with perfection there.
Well, I mean, just straightforward map, I would say. Definitely not, the limit is not being done there with the start, obviously, and some other things. But I think a good way to start off the day here, and Muda has a good time here. Was that even second fastest time? No, that was...
I think it was, maybe, I'm not sure. Because I think that just crashed the landing a bit. So he snapped him by 1/100th, I think, if I can recall.
Let me check.
I think he had Mada had a flat 45, I think, if I can recall. So yeah.
Who's getting second? So it is Insanity with an insane run, of course. But who gets that second place here? I think Muda has a good ending here. I mean, if you take a look here. Wow. I think Muda actually got it. Also, Muda with a better ending compared to the others. But yeah, he snipes it. But look how close that is. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, everyone is so close to one another. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Wow. But a lot of rooms for improvement.
Trackmania at its peak performance, that's for sure.
Yep. Okay. That was it. So actually, map 16, not my favorite map. Definitely a map that I'm gonna play. But yeah, I'm just gonna go to map number 16, map number 17 now. Let's go to that, right?
But nice actually that Mada found a different line there, because we were just about to get it to the limit there, kinda close to the limit, and now there's a new thing to, you know, gain time with, a new trick there. So for many players, it's of course it's tough, but it's also some possibilities, some opportunities. So that's pretty good.
I agree with that. It's always good that people come up with new ideas. So 17, the hardest map with voice commands, but we're not playing with voice commands. We are taking a look onto the players here. So let me go into Granadi's POV. So top 5 here is Link, Granadi, Scrappy, Insanity, and Pope. Okay, so very
I would actually recommend you to watch Pope here because of his superior end.
Did he cut? Maybe, maybe not.
So kind of a poor start, if I can recall, by him after these turns. So here I think he had it pretty slow, losing time for almost everyone. And here he started rocking, here he started popping. So write this line down, guys.
Okay, good speed, nice release, important to release there. But look at the speed here. I mean, this map is also a remake. If you guys recognize the map. Oh my god, man. Okay, we see one cutter actually.
What a comeback.
Did Pope actually snipe that first place?
Yeah, he did. That's why I told you to follow him.
Wow.
Stick line there. That's a stick line there by him in the end. Went so risky there.
Okay, so people actually touching this ending. Who's that? Is that Granadi? No, Insane touching the ending there. Let's take a look onto that.
Almost anyone does it actually. The wallbang there is a strat one. You wanna slow down your speed massively, and that actually helps you to do it. Actually helps you do it.
But with that, those things happen, like because that he clips.
That wall. No, that wall.
Nah, it's not a wallbang, but I would say that with a wallbang you don't get a consistent setup because the angle is always different, right? Maybe you know the point.
To some extent, because after all the game is deterministic, but yeah, it's of course tough to control. That I would agree with.
That was my point about that. But well, I mean, all in all, not a most optimized map because the gaps were huge. I mean, the start is straightforward, just taking the best amount of speed, and of course you have those parts where you can do this ins approach or just also go very low like Granadi did. But then of course he just had a different angle, but everyone goes for that line that they try to land early. I would actually go for a nose down here, like the line that who's that? Pope and also who's local player too? Link would have done.
Yeah, Link actually did the cut. Link actually was the only one to make the cut here, I think. And Granadi with his line actually got some good speed for the exits. That's interesting. Not on the first place position, that's for sure, but some nice speed for him.
Yeah, so let's follow the cut. Wait, where is the cut?
So that is Link. Follow Link.
So far behind.
Yeah, until the cut, of course. Cut is super tough to do. I saw Scrappy trying to do this for like ages.
But look, oh!
Easy.
Oh man.
With a tiny bit better of a run, he could do so much better.
Yeah, also here, I mean, he released in the start, so he lost a lot of time there. Also, the line here wasn't that good. But, I mean, he gives us a good overview of the player field and, like, just the speed here from Ins in the start. That is incredible. Like, look at that. Let's take a look onto the start from Ins. That was really good. That was, I think, the best start from all of the players. Also here.
Yeah, I think so as well. True.
Can you go full speed into this turn, actually? Not sure about that.
I don't think you wanna do that actually, cause it's a small register and you wanna basically,
Tab release, yeah.
not 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 overdo the distance there. So I think he actually did it pretty smart. You can already see. I mean, he's overtaking everyone by miles basically. So yeah.
Yeah, such a good start. Like that is really, really good. But doing this run, like with a cut. But yeah, I mean, it's plastic. This block is plastic. That's why you can cut. And that's what the Spirit is about. I really like this map. It's one of my favorite campaign maps, and I will definitely hunt it. But yeah, also a good run there from.
Yeah, a good map indeed. Maybe we should actually show how the cut is done. I'm sure some players would like to see the cut actually.
Yeah.
Slow motion. Some slow motion footage for the cut.
Let me go to the cut here. Okay. So Link, of course, approaches like the others. Maybe drifts a little bit more to get the angle, because you need to clip this corner. And then, yeah, in a nutshell, you have to do a lucky bounce with your left tires. That is important, that you get this momentum here. That your car is tilting like that, and that you like touch it here, boop, and then bounce up. That's the plastic Spirit here. And that's why Link gets the hate here for that. I mean, anything more to add about that? I mean...
Not much. I mean, it's plastic, so obviously if you're gonna bonk, it's basically gonna generate you to some so-called random, but not exactly random location. So you wanna do it actually sideways, like Turbo said, and then aim really high. Aim as high as you can, because of course many cuts will be broken the moment you hit the next available wall on your right. So you wanna get really high there, land properly, and get straight to the finish. Slower, but with less distance, so it does help you.
Yeah, I mean, it saves a lot of time. But one thing is that maybe Link was doing unintentional, because the cut is unpredictable, is the thing that he actually touched this wall there. Of course, it helped him to like just accelerate, but you can also land like directly here and just get more speed. So there are a lot of things possible on this map.
Yeah, I think it could be done. It's of course really not easy, but maybe, I mean, we only started a campaign. It's in less than 2 weeks. We've got 90 days, so good chances this actually may be done. It's good chances this may be done.
It will be done. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, guys, Turbo promised. It will be done.
Yeah.
Can't argue with Turbo.
I mean, eventually I have to do it then, right? I did Stadium C1, now I have to do this. No.
If no one does it, man, you said it has to be done. Now you have to do it.
It has to be done, though. I mean,
I trust you now.
Yeah, maybe
I think let's go to the next map, though, because not much more to say about this one.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Replay editor, boom. And
we are back to some sausage tech.
Yay, my favorite. And also
really are sarcastic, though. I'm not sure. I think you're sarcastic here.
Yeah, I am. And also hello to Samsui. Hello there. Nice seeing you. Okay, so sausage tech. Okay, we see the times here from Massa, Thompson, Corian, Dexter, and Kerberos. I have a question for you. Can it get less techier than this? Concerning the top 5.
No. Honestly, no. I mean, it's already really close. I think Kerberos got the first place here, if I can recall, but also with a close fight with Dexter and Corian. So yeah, big names. Expected to see all of them basically in this list, so not really a big surprise there. But nice to see Corian. Corian playing Trackmania 2020, that's epic.
Yeah, that's epic. And also like all the 4 Reels players, also with Kerberos, really cool to see that. So I'm following Kerberos here actually. Yeah. To see what start he gets. But of course, so one general principle on sausage. Because sausage tech looks easy, but it's so hard. It is so much fun when you get it turned correctly, but there is so much things that can go wrong. You can get so much speed out of even this turn here. Like, the apex is so important, and how you exit it, and what is your approach from this turn. It's so important to do, and I think that's like one of the things that I really like about this one, but I also hate, because you can just lose so much time. Maybe you think about Winter 15, I think it was. That track was like something else, also like 20, I think. There was also like a sausage tech ending. I lost so much time there all the time.
Not sure about Winter, but this is pretty close. Actually, if that is Kerberos replay, I don't know where he's catch. Oh, okay. That may be the place. No. So maybe it wasn't Kerberos at first. Maybe I remembered it wrong, actually. Perhaps we remembered it wrong.
Maybe he's last.
So it's actually not Kerberos. Okay. He was fourth place. Okay, so I actually remembered it wrong. But yeah, like Turbo said, basically you wanna go really close to the walls. I don't know how enough can I actually stress this fact right there, and also very low. You wanna really keep the grip, and that's super important. All
Very, very
about keeping the
important.
grip, all about having low jumps. If you're about to jump low, like this turn for example, you don't wanna jump too high. You wanna already optimize for moving to your right, like Karen did right there. Very important.
And then also like all those full speed part on this maps. For example, this part here. You have this right-hander, what you have to set up beforehand with this jump. So you already steer the car a bit to the right, like a little bit of a tilt, that you don't get that left-hand momentum, and then you get a good line for this part. I mean, Dexter also did it very well here. He got it quite better than Karyan. And also here, you want to just tap the brake a bit, and just let the sausage do its thing as well as here. You know, you just tap drift and then you just let the thing go through. Of course, skip the freewheel, do a pre-drift, and then again, a very speedy map. Nice map to play though, can be very satisfying when done correctly. But there's so many things that can go wrong on this track.
Yeah, and actually, if you noticed pretty clearly, almost all of the players, or actually all of them, all of the top 5, did have one thing in common basically. They all take the end very narrow. If you see that the part before the end, the part there is super important. The part before the freewheeling, exactly this one, and exactly the part before actually. But yeah, that turn they really took it from the inside, having just a tiny bit more speed than the freewheeling, skipping it just a bit, but not by much though, because you still wanna keep the speed, you wanna keep it going, you wanna land as soon as you can, not having airtime, going really narrow, jumping last moment they can, and then keeping as much speed as they can, instead of going too wide. That's very important because the finish is near.
Yeah.
And you don't wanna lose time. You don't, of course, have to.
And
So who actually have the lead here? I'm not sure. So it wasn't Kerberos then.
It is Cabros actually.
It is Kerberos. Okay, so I followed another crowd. Oh, okay, so that is Kerberos. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Peruskin, actually.
Also this turn, very important. You don't wanna drift there. Many people I saw them actually drifting this line. You don't wanna drift there. You really wanna optimize. Amazing line here by Kerberos. You really don't wanna drift. You wanna perhaps a slow movement to your side, but you wanna keep it as fast as you can. You're under freewheeling even. So if you lost speed, you're gonna lose speed throughout the whole track. You don't want that. You wanna keep as much speed as you can. Keep the momentum going, and yeah.
But yeah, a nice map all in all, I would say. Also very huntable, of course. But there are so many things where you can catch up. So limit is not reached, of course. So 0.86 also a very good time here, or 0.88 is it? Wait, where the block ends at 88. What is the WR here? 0.64. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a super strong time already. That's gonna be tough to beat if anyone is gonna go for that.
Of course, you can see, I mean, the others are ahead at the start, so of course a 5x is possible. But with all those things that can go wrong on a tech map, as always, I mean, look at that strong line from Cabros here, going into the lead.
That was literally a perfect line. That was it. I don't know how you can improve that part. But other parts though, we did not that good maybe. Could potentially be improved. Not easy though. Not easy though.
Yeah, it's never easy. Also a good line from Thompson here in the ending, getting a lot of speed. But there again, you want to choose either go for a low jump or for a like high end jump. It's like it can be like even, and do what you like the most. Also for this upcoming part here, where you want to approach it. If you want to approach it like Thompson did, it's not really changing too much, and I think it's more about personal preference in this case then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that much, but what does matter though is that once you decided the line, it's important that you stick with that line. You don't want to change it throughout. That's gonna be a bad decision of you, so you don't want to do that, of course. Also, by the way, welcome to Toner. Nice to see some people from my country as well here. That's
cool.
epic. Yeah.
That is cool. And I think the last thing I want to add here is that you want to land smooth in here, but even if not, I mean, most players haven't done that. It is not that like losing a lot of time because you are slowing down here anyway, and then you can just adapt your drift accordingly.
Yeah, I think even that part, I think Kerberos did the best actually, going from the outside, not from the inside. Yeah. Having a very short drift here, basically risking it for the finish, almost even getting out of the map, but still of course staying in because he did clock in that time, and yeah.
That's
Pretty,
it.
pretty techy map.
That's it for 18. I mean, there's some more tech maps coming up, which a lot of
Yeah.
players are, of course, certainly very happy about. I mean, I'm not one of the players, but still, tech is great, but of course, not easy.
True.
Not
Techy
easy.
stuff.
And also the most improved one, I think. So now we have map number 19. Top 5 is Amaterasu, Thompson, Scrappy, Dexter, and Roadtaker. So again, we have 3 Germans in there. With Thompson, Amma, and Dexter, and then Roadtaker playing the Polish player in here, and then Scrappy, the imposter German, right, from Belgium. So those are the players, and yeah, let's actually watch the replay. Maybe you can already tell us a little bit about the map. Wait, there we
Yeah,
go.
so this map is basically, it's kind of a mixed nadeo map. It's not really a tech map. It's not really any style specific. You've even got water in here in the end. So that's basically like the mixed nadeo map, or one of them of this campaign. Really a lot about keeping the speed. You can see it right here in the engine off section. Really about keeping your speed. Getting this jump very, very low, keeping as much speed as you can once again. Getting from the outside, of course, keeping the momentum going, keeping it going. Being able to jump to the left as early as you can, that's very important. Not over jumping this turn. You can see some people actually slowing down here so that they keep the speed, that's very important. Lefty turn here, nothing much to say about this one. Very important approach to the water here. You don't want them to move you too much to the side. You want to land pretty straight here and then jump to the finish. And of course, be aware of the poles.
Yep, you can definitely hit the poles because your cars or your tires. I mean, fun fact: one of 2 maps. I think the only map where you really have the water effect impacting your gameplay from the Nadeo campaign. I mean, there's of course 01, but 01 is not really like impacting you that much. And maybe there are some water bounders like on 06, I think.
Actually, there's a new trick on O1. People discovered a new trick so that the water don't affect you as much.
Oh wow.
So I would take that sentence back maybe, but specifically for O1, I mean. But yeah, water. Always some new suggestions and stuff from there, so that's interesting to see.
Okay, so what is important for the dirt here? What can we take away from this? So you will gear down if you are below a certain amount of speed. In this case, it is, I think, 202. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you really want to hold your speed here to not lose your gear. You want to stay in gear number 4. And that's why people are doing a no slide. So, of course, a very, very, like pet favorite map. But you can also do it with keyboard. But, of course, it's not easy. It is definitely not easy. But you have to hold a certain angle. But you can see 207 speed. People are holding the gear here. And with that, they are not gearing up just after that. They are staying in 4th gear. And that actually makes a lot of your time.
Yeah, and you also have to stick to the outside. You have to stay outside so that you can actually keep your speed. Even before that no slide, you see people going extremely to the outside, to the darker type of the dirt. Or at least that was how it used to be on previous games. Here it's just basically covers by red, as it is a red map. So you really want to be on that red, darker type of the dirt. You really want to keep your speed there, keep it going. And then, and then continue normally. Of course, with that no slide and to the rest of the track. Very, very important. You can lose even 2 seconds if you don't do it properly. So that's a very important turn there.
Yeah, it is. And also one thing that I've recognized on this map is does this part here afterwards, this part here now, this left drop, and then also the freewheel part, remind you of any Nadeo map from Trackmania Nations?
I think I know, Turbo, can I say?
Yeah, what map is that?
So yeah, that reminds a bit of the 07.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a very interesting map. Of course, the rest of the map is different though. So that is not a complete remake this time. It's only like half a remake. But that's good. That's good. Some people complained about too many remakes, so that's only half a remake, guys. Chill out, chill out.
But I think all the maps in general, they have some really, really huntable elements in them. So for example here, you have this freewheel part, which is of course the first filter if you do a run or not. Or maybe even firstly the dirt here, because they can, I think, also lose you. I haven't played the map too much. I cannot judge that. But, you know, this part already. You have to get the speed and then, of course, no slide in the loop. Approach from the very left, so usually approach from the very right. But, of course, the map gives this away. Get a no slide line, and also for the angle on this part. That's why you not approach it diagonal. And, then just do the jump. Hold the gear on the dirt as well. Steer as little as possible. Also go for a little bit of a no slide maybe, or for a no slide on this part here, that you don't slide there. So just, again, common Trackmania knowledge. Get a smooth landing, maybe even release a bit. But a lot of things are possible here. I mean, the gaps are quite large between the top 2 and the bottom 3. So maybe some things are still happening on this map.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to me though how you say bottom 3 as if, as you know, these times are still pretty sick. These
Yeah, of
times
course.
are still well within the top 5, but I mean, it's just a term of a thing of terminology. And also
Yeah.
one more thing about that little loop. I agree. Of course, you wanna you don't wanna steer much. You don't wanna steer much while in loops. You wanna keep your line as straight as possible. But here, of course, you would like to take it as much from your right as you can. But you can do it based on the setup that you have here, because that will result you being Mr. Bonk, and you probably don't wanna be that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta do your best under the conditions of the map, of course.
Yeah, you have to adapt that. So you maybe think, okay, the loop should be done like this or like that. But no, you should have to do it like that, because else you're gonna bonk and the next turn setup is not good. And also the ending, smooth steering is required here. And also, here we see Amaterasu here doing it very well. So not a lot of time that you can actually gain in the ending, concerning that there's like maybe a sick trick. So it's all about holding your speed after that, drift on this map. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But actually, not much more to say about this map. I think the next ones are gonna be more interesting, especially when we get to do ice actually in map 20.
Yeah, let's go to map 20. I think a very cool map. Let's actually take a look onto the gaps. I don't know how large the gaps are on map 20. Okay, we have a 51.4 and a 51.20. So 0.28 of a gap. So actually not too much. I was expecting more actually, Tal. On this
Yeah,
map
I
as a
think
gap.
you will see more. I think you will see more during the season, because I saw the lines, some of them, and 50 is definitely possible here. 50 is definitely possible. Of course, it's tough as hell, and good luck, but it is possible for sure. And I would also suggest you to check out Tiger.
Yeah, let's follow
Yeah,
Tiger
and
then.
for the first time in history, also Mika is not in the top. It's exactly first time that he is actually out.
Maybe he has
So
not
that's
played it.
yeah. I wait for the comeback of Mika here. That's to be expected, guys.
So already started. You want to gear up, get a good amount of speed, and also like have a good ice slide, but of course exit with a low angle. Then here, like normal ice slide. So it's all about this approach, like with how much angle you approach into the ice slide.
And I told you to watch this replay for a reason. That's true. You wanna watch this replay for a reason. Have a look on that. What happens right now to Tiger Shark? Basically, he's going for the snipe now. Look at that line.
Oh.
Look at that line. Look at the speed he is getting right now. You probably see how it's going to end.
Yo. Oh, that is crazy. And he almost actually sniped Scrappy in the ending.
It's Elcon. He actually
Elcon,
sniped
yeah,
everyone,
sorry.
and right now Elcon came back. I think it was done today or yesterday maybe. Really, last few hours comeback there, but what a comeback there from Tiger Shark, and that's exactly why I told you there's so much more potential there, because even my starts were almost exactly like Tiger Sharks. I tried this map, my starts were exactly like Tiger Sharks. However, I'm not an ice player, so for me, I find this map very difficult actually to drive. But if you can do somehow close to that line, getting really a lot to the left, a lot to the left, taking this very wide, not waiting too much, going extremely to the outside, gaining as much speed as you can, keeping the grip here, very important, not losing the grip, hitting yourself basically to this turn to your right, and counter steering exactly the right time for the finish. If you can do that, which is of course easier said than done, you can gain a lot in the end, a lot, perhaps even get into the top 5. So that's I think this map is probably the crowd's favorite. At least in my stream, I'm not sure about yours, but people do be liking ice.
I also like this map. So again, Muda with a different start, going for more speed, jumping to the left to get the earlier landing here. As you can see, he jumps a bit higher than the others, so he jumps to the left. So good line for Muda. Actually doesn't save something here with that. Maybe just a little bit, but the others are just very close to him. But also what matters here is not if he gets it. It matters that he gets a good approach over this part, that he can enter it from the very left and then just initiate the ice slide as well as the others. So then an ice slide here with a very low angle kind of, so that you exit it right there and you don't, or you exit it straight, you know, that you don't lose speed. But let's take a look onto Mura's replay here, actually, because I think he had a very, very good opportunity of sniping it. He had also a very good approach onto this part where he said that he actually, that you want to stand as much left as possible. And also look at the speed here from Mura. But here, look how far he goes there to the left.
Oh, that was bad though. That was bad. So now he's gonna lose some speed. Yeah.
But here.
By this counter steering. But so far so good actually. So far so good. Still well within pace. Well within the top pace. Oh, even did a little wiggle there to gain even more speed. I didn't think about that. That's a creative idea. But oh, and was very unfortunate.
Yeah. He
can definitely improve as well. Yeah.
He didn't get the best ice slides. Yeah. So what I can analyze from this one here, from my understanding, he had the line. He had the line for this one, but he was oversteering at the beginning of the ice slide. So he was exiting the ice slide very, very early, right? Earlier than a Tiger Shark. Let's actually go into his camera.
Yeah, perhaps he should have waited just a tiny bit more, keeping much more speed there, or at least a bit more speed, not much more speed. He already had quite a bit of speed.
He lost a lot
and then hitting himself to the right. You can't hit yourself much to the right if you're already too much to the right. You can do that. The game basically won't allow you. You can't. You're basically try to avoid walls. So yeah, that was an unfortunate end. But I believe we'll see faster times.
Especially from Mura. There was an unfortunate ending, but of course he saved it quite well. But there are more things happening, so I think that we're gonna see a sub 51 even on this map, maybe, with a perfect run. I mean, there's a .21 as the WR, or a .26, as you can see, 206, and maybe we're gonna see a sub 51.
I think we're gonna see that. I think we're gonna see that. We're only less than 2 weeks into the campaign. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. It's less than a seventh of the time given actually to everyone. So we're like literally having much more time to basically snipe these records, and they will be sniped, most of them I would assume. But already some of them are already really strong.
Yeah.
Like Elkon's time here with his line in the end, very superior line here. Deserves world record, of course.
Yeah, great time from Elkon there, and let's see how long this will go. But also nice to see Odgore and also Tiger Shark, one of the more like ice players or unknown players, not in a disrespectful way, but you know, nice to see them that they are embracing it on ice. Very cool. Yeah,
cool indeed. And actually, what I like about maps 20 and 21, anyone that I know likes one of them, at least one of them. People who like ice like 20, people who like tech like 21. Perhaps some like both, but there's basically something for everyone. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I was very surprised to see a full ice map in the campaign, but I think 20 is a good map. But let's actually go to the next one, to 21, because I think we've talked about everything, and I think our ice knowledge is not like Mika level. I mean, it's probably good, but you know, we are not perfect on ice. Let's say it like that. Or
I agree.
Or do you feel comfortable on ice, like beating a WR?
Not on that level yet. No. I did get a nice top 32 there, but I can still improve that. But of course, I'm still far from that top 5 pace right now.
Yeah, same for me. I mean, I'm not bad on ice, but I can probably improve on a lot of things. Okay, so map 21, actually a very cool speed tag map, and yeah, this one is hard. I mean, if you push it to the limit, and I think we have a WR that can probably stay.
Yeah, by the end. I would definitely dominant world record. I would definitely suggest you to watch him.
Okay.
Winner POV.
So guys, I'm for a Karian, and bear in mind the top 5 is playing against him. Okay. The top 5. So Massa is right now behind him. But yeah, I think Karian is just saying bye bye after this turn. And leaves.
Looks like he is doing. Yeah. That was fast. That was fast indeed. So yeah, I assume that for many of you, when you were kids, you draw some drawings. Some were nice, some were not. And you were so happy, and your parents were happy, and they put it on the fridge. That's what Karen's parents should do after seeing his run here on that track. That's basically what they should do. That's a super sick run. That's a super sick run. But of course, that is what expected from Karen. That is what expected him from for his gameplay. Yeah, and also his teammate Jennifer from Team 4W.
Yeah, I'm right now following you. So, of course, people saying that Karyan is the best player out there. He's not the best player per se because there's no best Trackmania player, but he is probably the best time attack tech player. We can, I think, just confirm that or just claim that. I mean, that's my opinion. I think you also go on par with that, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I think many people would disagree when it comes to actual competitions and live performance, but when we get to time attack and you know when you hunt and you're chilled and you're basically on that mode and you have the time and who is basically being able to perform on its best, I think Karen is the first name that comes to mind. Yeah, that is true. So he's going a lot to the left. That's actually Java player. Got a confusion here for a second. But getting a lot more to the left. Also here getting super narrow actually. Don't want to go too wide here. Also here staying low. Don't want to have too much airtime. Very important. Moving right away to the right side. You don't want to have too much travel too much distance there. Then this little drop you really want to align to the right so that you can make it basically. Small drift here to the left, you have to do it or you're basically gonna bonk. And a bit of a bigger drift near the end. Again, same thing, you don't wanna hit both walls. So very technical map. I think that's the most technical map in the campaign. And the times are definitely competitive here.
Yeah, definitely a map I'm also gonna hunt. Because I like speed tech. Speed tech is, I think, the most enjoyable thing that I play. Also, like in Trackmania Nations, and this map reminds me of a Trackmania Nations or ESWC speed tech map. Of course, there's some new blocks being used, but all those bank turns that say this right-hander here, this this is a typical speed tech turn. Like, you just see that. It's like with a drop and then also this right-hander being full speed. You don't want to have skid marks there. Then this uphill, very nicely done map. I really like this one. So very good campaign. And now to answer, I like both maps. I like 20 and I also like 21. And also for the ending, I think you can drift cancel there, but I think it's not faster because you can just get a way better line by just going very close to that part.
I think the difference will be rather small. That I would agree with. But actually, there was a time less than a week ago where all top five, same players I think even, had less than 100 separating them away.
Wow.
All top 5. That was intense. I actually wanted to do a video about it, but I was apparently too lazy. That's but yeah, that was impressive. I saw the replays, I saw the gaps. That was amazing to see. I could go a bit maybe more in depth into this map. Also this section, I would probably stop there, because there's something that many people didn't notice there, and also I didn't. Yeah, exactly this turn. Stop it near the end of the turn. That's the start. Move just a bit more. Okay. So here, when you get to the end of the turn, you basically see there's I thought that it's basically completely flat, the transition here, but it's actually not flat. You see there's a little bump right here, exactly. And I crashed this bump like 3 times, and I thought it's a game bug. I thought it's actually a game bug, and I was like, okay, why do the game hit me to the sides? So now, midway to the stream, I understood, like, okay. So there's actually a bump here. You don't wanna, normally would like to go outside, gather as much speed as you can. So that's of course what I was going for, getting as much speed as I could. But of course, you can't go much more to the outside than this, because basically you're gonna hit, and I assume you don't wanna do that. Unless if you're gonna shoot for the moon, then do what you want.
So I was actually noticing it already when I played this map. So of course it is hard to already find that, but it's a good thing because those small things will really make up for some time, because you're in a very speedy section here. And let me actually go to the clip camera here and go back. But of course, you just get that extra kilometer per hour, or like 2 or 3 over this part, and this of course will save you a lot of time. And also gives you a good angle for this part here. So it's very natural
here you
to
really
smooth.
Exactly, and here you really wanna stay low. You really wanna stay low. You really wanna keep the speed. Don't have any airtime. Moving really fast to the right. Like I said before, not traveling too much distance. Here you will be aligned. If you're not aligned, do a little drift. That was a smart decision here by Massa. Release here soon so that you can full speed later and start getting your speed basically sooner as well. That's very important. And here, like we said, stay really close to the right, because that wall, I can show you, many people actually bonk this one and will bonk this one. That one is precise. This is some Trabada precision there, so that you should be warned with.
Massa not with the fastest ending though. He lost quite a bit of time, but had a good angle though. So he can still get some time. But of course, no time is perfect. It will not be possible, especially on tech. Those players are so like maxed out on those maps, let's say like that. But of course, I'm talking about like perfectionist run, right? I'm talking about a perfect run, and also compared to Karyan. He lost a bit of time. I mean, if you watch this one in real time now, it's incredible how the players are playing. Massa, of course, with a absolute banger time just behind Karyan here. But you can already see how far Karyan is ahead.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Pablo basically. You spoke about perfection. I think we need Pablo as well when it comes to tech maps. But yeah, not much more to say about 21 specifically. Maybe let's move to 22. Let's move to 22 maybe.
Just want to check the ending one more time. Because Massa got it quite good, but he got a bump there. Got a good right-left there. But also with that, he got a wider approach and I think more airtime. That's why he lost a bit of time. Of course, got a better angle for this compared to the others, so he could transfer more speed. But still, all in all, not the most beautiful ending that we have seen, but still nice, approach, because he did the best out of that.
I actually think that the reason I don't think he actually lost much speed there, if any. I think he actually went for the drift canceller, like you talked about.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like
so I'm not entirely sure what's faster there, because it's very, very close. I think it's 100 to there or there. Basically, it's really, really close, but basically almost everyone went for the direct approach, and he was the only one to go, like I said, maybe a tiny bit more airtime, but then exactly to the drift cancel, so you get some of this back, or maybe all of it.
Yeah, I see.
Pretty close stuff.
Okay, and also hello to Marcus, nice seeing you. Hello. And also this was the hardest map, actually one of the hardest map with voice commands as well. So I'm just gonna follow Granadi here, who has the second WR by the looks of it. So I think there's also a trick on this map, but I'm just gonna run through the replay, because this map is dirt heavy and also reminds me a little bit of like a factory in the jungle, you know?
Yes, and of course there is a trick on this map. We'll see it soon when we get to the plastic or water section. So basically every map where we have plastic or water so far is been broken. So here you can see the broken. Even some players had some thoughts about cutting this even further, though I don't think they actually work. I could explain them, but actually I don't think they work this time. So I hate to ruin it for these people, but yeah, nice lines by him. Nice lines here by Granadi as well.
Yeah.
Also sniping that near the finish, I think, with more speed, perhaps. More grip. Yeah.
Yeah,
so just a tiny bit of better grip.
And also the nose dive. Oh.
That was clutch. That is a snipe and a half. That is a snipe and a half. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's follow Mime here. You have two. Yeah, nice skin. But yeah, I mean, this map is all about gear control. It's like a little bit of a faster map with all the reactor boosts, with all the jumps, the transitions. So again, a gear and then like continuously steer, get a good approach, also not steer too much or too much in one direction, tap a bit, and then get the alignment for the prior or for the next turn done as ready. So anticipate it, do a good transition here. I mean, he got it quite well, but of course he also wanted to set up for the cut where he goes for the skip here, hits the plastic and then skips the water, dips into it and gets like 10 million kilometers per hour.
Yeah, so normally we would like to go exactly straight to the outside, but here he actually didn't do that. He didn't go straight to the outside because of course that would give him more speed, but he wouldn't be able to make the cut as well. That good with that setup. So he basically sacrificed just a bit of speed to gain much more of it later. A very 200 IQ decision here by him. And yeah, congrats to my fellow teammate there.
Yeah.
To Taro Mime.
Yeah, Tower is really going strong, and also nice seeing all of them participating in Trackmania. It's great like that there are so many good teammates now on Team Tower. That is incredible.
Yeah, we even sniped Rizzle lately, so can confirm. Also here, you really want to stay low. You really want to stay low. You really want to not have much airtime. So the top two players doing it really well. Basically, Mime here you can see is not going as far to the outside, and he is gaining basically everything plus more. Go have a look now. The speed is immense. The speed is immense. This player got from first position to almost fifth actually, almost fifth. And that's Insanity with an insane line supporting his name there. So yeah.
So why you're doing that is because you get that bounce, and with that other part you just land earlier and can accelerate more with the reactor boost. That's why I do that. And you can see how much speed that gains. It's like, I don't have to explain that to you, why that is faster. It is reactor boost, it is water, it's the jump from the water pit out of that. And with that you just gain the time. And yeah, I mean the cut seems to be like not consistent, let's say it like that. But it is doable. Yeah? Not like
Yeah, it's only
map
consistent
17.
if you're like TAS or something, you know, doing exactly the same movements again and again, which is of course tough. But you could strive for that. You know, get better and better. And also, there's a very simple explanation to as of why it's actually faster. Because basically you said reactor boost, of course, that is correct. But also you're having water there, and water basically makes you. It's like a trampoline. Most of the time, it actually makes you jump.
Yeah,
And of
true.
course you wanna stay as much as you can on the ground. So why jumping when you can not jumping? Basically, why can you stay on the ground, safe with your two legs or 4 wheels?
But you don't have to touch the water there as well. I mean, you can see this line here from Deska. But I think both lines are viable. It really depends. You just take both of them. And also the exit, like the approach for the turn. You don't want to get overwhelmed by the speed afterwards for this left turn.
Bro, you don't want to oversteer this part because this will result losing speed, and of course you don't want to do that. We are in a racing game after all.
Yeah. And also one thing is here. They didn't get into the fifth gear because if they steered there and didn't release beforehand, which both players did, so both players released before this turn, they would have gotten the gear done. So nice release timing there. They didn't go into the fifth gear. And also don't go in here. Then now doing it, of course, due to the booster. And then just finish it. I think that's all that I can say about 22 from my understanding now. I mean, a cool map. Very cool theme. Very nice scenery. Has no nadeo scenery, to be honest. But definitely a nadeo styled building with those
Yeah,
things.
but that's still an interesting map, of course, with the affection of Royal and stuff, but not much more to add about this one. Perhaps only one thing, to not get overtaken here like Deska, which was unfortunate. Perhaps, normally I would recommend you to air brake any turn you don't know what to do, air brake. Any jump, I mean, but specifically for the last jump here, you actually want to get the tilt. You want to get the tilt there, and when you want to get the tilt, you don't air brake. In that case, you don't air brake. So Grenadi actually didn't air brake. That was a 200 IQ move for him too, and he got a win. I think he didn't air brake there. Actually, can you fast forward there so that we can see that? I think he did not air brake near the finish there to be able to get the tilt. Might be wrong about this, but
yeah, you're correct. You are
okay.
correct. Yes, Pope. This will be available on YouTube. We also uploaded part 1 to YouTube. So yeah, all good. It's on my YouTube channel, !YouTube. So I think that's it to 22. But you're right there. I mean, you just get the tilt from that no air brake line, and you just land earlier with your front wheels. So that's a very, very nice analyzation from you there, Tal. And let's go to map 23. So we have 3 more maps. And we're also going to do that at the end of the campaign to just recap everything. And also hello to Johan. Nice seeing all of you. Also make sure to check out Raystar on Twitch. He's streaming very, very frequently. And let's go to the next map.
Yeah, and actually we see Pop here in the chat. Pop is popping, and yeah. He actually was the top player on map and still is on map 17. But we already did it, man. We already did that, Pope.
Yeah, Pope is popping.
Yeah.
Poping.
Let's make some popcorn for Pope.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Okay, next map. We have map 23.
I think that is my least played map in the entire campaign. So I'm gonna let you have this one because I didn't play it like more than 5 minutes, I think.
Okay, so we have ice at the start. So very straightforward start here with the water bounce. You can either go to the left and just... Oh, come on, camera. And then just steer. But the others are doing the water trick here. So they just get time from that. Camera, please. Oh my, it's so terrible. Wait, let me... There we go. Okay, so the others are just steering in the air to get the earlier grip, by the looks of it. It seems that the nose is going down when they're steering, and they get more speed than the player who just went left at the start. Then they're bouncing, and you get you get like an advantage of 1 car length. Also a good approach, of course, to the left is required to get a good apex, and then into the ice transition, important that you like jump into the left here, that you get that smooth transition, and also the angle for this ice part here that is coming up. Then of course steer accordingly to the ice section, get a smooth transition also here to the grass, then jump into here, which was very weird when I played the map for the first time. I'm not sure how you felt about this, that you just jumped into this ice wall.
Same. It felt so unsmooth. So that feels like almost nadeo-ish. Can we say that? Nadeo-ish?
Yeah.
That we just invented a word there, but it felt nadeo-ish, guys. That part.
That is true. It felt really weird. I'm just gonna go with external 1 because of the ice slide. And then of course you want to minimize airtime there, don't want to hit a tree. Another ice slide where you can really gain a lot of time, but then there is the risky finish, which is not really a risky finish, but you want to make sure to only bounce once and finish as much left as possible. I mean, this map is very straightforward. I mean, the start is new for me actually, that this is faster. But of course makes sense also that we have talked about that on map 1 already.
Yeah, also I think I didn't play this map much, but only by analyzing it right now I can see that many would probably make the mistake of thinking, okay, so the start can only save me like 10 hundredths, I'm not gonna make this big. But of course it saves way more. It saves way more because you also get much more speed through the ice. And you keep it going until the big ice jump. And even there, if you have more speed coming through this part, so yeah, I think that advantage only stops when you get to the grass near the end of the map. So basically, you really want to gain every single kilometer per hour that you can do. On mile per hour, I don't know which district or country you are, but yeah, you definitely want to strive for that good speed, good velocity.
Every kilometer per hour is important. And also, I mean, you just said it. What did Shield Bandit do here in this transition? He steered to the left, and with that, he got himself, like, not the best line for this part. Because with that, he had to readjust his line, steer to the right. The others didn't do that. You can see they only tapped a bit to the right. And Shield Bandit was tapping right a little bit longer. Also got a good transition, but look how much speed he lost with that. Look at how much speed he lost with that.
Oh, but that was a mistake, though. That was a mistake.
A tremendous mistake.
You basically, you really want to land there to your right on that grass part there. And actually, I don't know why he steered a bit to the left before getting there. It was actually more to the right than everyone, and then he steered a bit to the left. If you're still more to the right, you want to, of course, keep your grip, because you're losing speed there. You're losing throughout the transition if you're basically aiming to the left.
Maybe it was his comfort line. I don't know.
Yeah, but he actually came really strong near the end.
Yeah.
Almost overtaking everyone.
Yeah, almost got it P number 2, but still, I mean, that's the mistake that I've captured, and they can see how unforgiving ice is and how much time you can lose with that. Because Shield had the best start. Shield Bandit had a very, very sick start, but then he steered to the right there and then to the left. But then he oversteered there to the right to get that smooth transition here, but the others just had a better approach for that. And also, you got a little bit more airtime, and the others are just saying bye-bye, are 0.2 ahead, maybe even more. And then, of course, there's the ice slide. A lot of things can go wrong here. That you want to touch the snow a bit and release accordingly if you have to. And then, of course, get a smooth line through this part. Don't touch this palm tree there. Every player is denying it, but look at look how far ahead Elcon is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, also really important to jump from the right part of the tree there. Right tree, because yeah, otherwise you're not gonna make it with that speed, with that angle as well. And Elcon is based on this map. I think no one came even close. So a very sick line by him. I hope to see some players challenging him on this map as well. That's interesting to see.
Well,
also, welcome to another teammate. Welcome forever. Nice seeing you here.
Wait, is Elcon really 0.5 ahead of second WR? What the fuck?
No one is even close.
Oh my god. Dude, Elcon.
I saw that many players still didn't try this map out, at least not much, but that's still a very big advantage there.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't normally see that.
There's 0.7 between first and fifth. So that's a lot of time. Of course, there's a lot of reactor boost, ice shenanigans on this map, especially in the ending. But 0.5 on a campaign map, bro, that is a lot. So sick time from Elcon there, just crushing everyone. So hopefully, or eventually, we're gonna see a sub 47 here. But that is a sick time from Elcon, 47.01.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time, but sick time indeed. And actually, a really good performance here by Mime on all of the latest tracks. I see his name basically on every track in the latest ones. So that is something to acknowledge also.
Yeah, but yeah, not too much to say. For me, it's ice, of course, unforgiving if you make one small mistake. But I think that we still haven't seen the limit on this track. I mean, good ending, of course, from Elcon. Also nice wiggles on the grass. Also from Mime, doing it really nicely here. But he gets overtaken there by Haskell, who got...
That was, yeah, that line was
Haskell.
bad there by him here.
Haskell had
By
a really...
getting less exit speed.
It's incredible how much speed Haskell has gotten here. Look how far behind he was. Let me, like, look at the start. Not a lot of speed for him. And then, look, he's so much far behind here. Even here, a little bit of an oversteer, a little bit of airtime oversteer here as well. But of course he got a good approach though. But still, like, interesting that he was coming so close. I think he got an insane ice light here.
Yeah, I think as well. That is, yeah, super well section there. Look at the speed. He's already building it up, accumulating more and more speed.
Wow.
Even having this part down, almost crushing even there. Staying very flat within this part, yeah.
Wow.
Deserved comeback for the crazy Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Haskell.
Very, very sick ice slide. And he only caught up because he was releasing beforehand, from my understanding. So he was releasing here. Wait a sec. He was releasing before, and then he just could blast it through. And with that, he got more speed. So releasing before that part just provided him that much speed. And that's why he was...
That's actually interesting. Taking more of a straight line. So they went for that strat. That's actually, I did not consider that. That's actually very nice.
Interesting.
May have got a better end, maybe if done a bit differently, like the very last turn there, but still very, very sick of an end section. So that is nice.
I think a very, very good ending, but releasing before the like huge ice slide is important because, of course, if you release in the turn, that's also a main principle, and it's also like affecting on ice. You lose time if you release in the turn, by the looks of it. Of course, you have to adjust it, but this ice line was incredible. It was an incredible ice slide.
True. And by the way, speaking of Mime, hello.
Yo, Mime,
Man,
what's up?
I feel like all Tower team joined your chat right now.
Yeah.
We're exactly covering your PBs, mate. So also on track 24, I think you battled. I think you hold the world record there on 24 by 100 if I can recall.
Let's go.
So yeah, impressive.
Let's go to one of my favorite maps, 24 then.
Okay.
So I haven't done the best time here, but this track is nice. It's grass, and also some things that I can learn here. So we have Cabby, Mime in a top 1 and 2, I think. Then Dexter, Exotica, and Rocat. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead. And also the first cheer of the day, we have Geo with 100 bits. Thank you very much, Geo, for the support. Thank you very, very much. And guys, also speaking of support, I'm gonna quickly make a shout out to you because I see there's some people in the chat, so make sure to follow Raystars Club. Make sure to follow his Twitch and also his YouTube channel. He's a great guy, very likable, and make sure to give him a follow. So let's go to the last 2 maps, right?
Yes, we should. And thank you by the way for the shout out. Appreciate that a lot. And let's go. I think the battle here in the top 2 is the one that we got a look at the most, basically. Very, very interesting battle there at the top.
Okay, so very important to land early on this part. Very hard.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice line by him.
Very hard to really estimate it. Also this part doing a little bit of a smooth jump. So Cabby into the lead. Nice wiggle before that to get that diagonal line and also like get your nose down. That's really important here. You know, he steers to the right and then also gets the diagonal line, also the best tilt of the car.
Yeah, interesting line here by Mime though as well. Like Mime definitely caught for him. I think Cabby was actually faster at the start and then Mime caught. Because Cabby went too far to the right, which was pretty good. He got less airtime, but Mime was able to take left back faster, giving him the win at least temporarily. And then I think Mime still won, but Cabby basically narrowed the gap. Look at the end of Cabby here. That was an incredible end. Mime is still holding it. But barely though.
Wow.
Barely. Big performance by both actually.
That was close. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very hard map. It looks easy, but also at the start there can be a lot of things that can go wrong here. You can lose the gear on this turn. That was the thing when I played this map. I think for the top 100 I just played it, and then I stopped. But I will also come back to this map because the campaign, in my opinion, is the best campaign that we've had thus far. I really like it. I'm not sure
I
what you
agree. I
think.
agree. I feel the same way actually.
But you can lose your gear, and you also want to have a good approach over this part. Then of course the jump feels kind of blind, because you cannot really estimate how far you have to jump. You know how much to the right you have to steer, but you want to touch it as early as possible. Like Cabby is doing it really nicely. The other players as well, Mime, look at that. Then we also have, I think that was Rocat. Then Nixotica getting a little bit too much airtime here, but still a good line over this part. But you can see the others are coming back because they just didn't have that airtime there. That little small airtime from Nixotica is losing him a bit of speed. Like that is how it can go.
Yeah, and if you can go for that, maybe even jump a bit before from that little platform there. So Nixotica didn't do it. I think both Kevy and Mime did it just a bit. Just barely enough to gain much more speed back. Look at that. They basically overtook Nixotica easily there.
Yeah, that was a superior line. But then, of course, Cabby was going too far up into this funnel there, into the grass funnel. Very hard to do. Also very hard to estimate this turn, because you have to follow two things on this one. Of course, you don't want to go too far up there. You don't want to go too far up here. But the thing is that you have to do a drift before, yeah? And if you drift too much, you exit way too far to the right. Yeah, if you drift too little, you're just gonna lose the grip here and fall off the map. So you want to find the mixture of this one, and actually it was Mime doing it beautifully. I think that was the perfect line that you could have done there, and nice speed from him and also from Nixotica here. So very hard line to nail if you played this map, and also the ending you have to kind of YOLO it. Don't want to hit the triangle. And then, of course, do a very good ending line with a lot of minimization of your distance travel, because you have the reactor boost attached.
Yeah, I agree. So staying low in the last two corners, very, very important. Both last two corners, exactly the same strategy. Stay as low as you can, not having airtime or stupid time losses in any way or form. That's very important. And yeah, that map is pretty said and done. I think I missed one part though here. Yeah, the part where actually Mime got a lot of speed, basically. His line was extremely straight. He basically barely turned. He barely turned there. If you noticed, he found the exact amount of drift needed, so that he doesn't have to do anything in particular. Basically, keep a straight line there, keep just generating himself more and more speed. So also sorry with Mime, but I think I'm gonna steal your lines right here in the campaign. That is a superior line right there. So yeah, have a look here. Small release there, and from here it's basically a straight line. He's not turning much. Yeah. It's basically straight line, gathering more and more speed. That was such a good line here.
Yeah, look at that. It's like a right and then into a smooth left, and then he's like just tapping to just get that slide. You can see the skid marks here. You know, they're closing in, and then he's not steering, and then at the end he's steering again for this turn. But great line there from Mime indeed. Just generating a lot of speed.
I think speaking of magnets on the fridge, Mime should have one too for this moment there.
But his ending unfortunately wasn't too good. But still, he has the WR.
Yeah, true. And of course, and the ending by Cabby here is also to take notes from.
Let's follow that.
Very nicely done.
Lands smooth. Gets also a better angle over this part. You see the skids here. He gets a way better angle.
Yeah, much closer to the CP. Much closer to the CP. That's what you want to go for. He's going much closer. You can even view it in slow motion. He's going so much closer to the CP. Almost even smashing it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Beautifully done. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Yeah, very good line. And of course with that he exits way more to the right. And also he gets with that also like the best left steer. The better left steer. Because Mime already has to steer, while he can just accelerate and just come dangerously closer towards him. You can see it here. He has like way more speed because of that line that Cabby has taken there. But I think that's it for the map. Let's actually go to the next one, right?
Yeah, and also I believe the last map of the campaign.
Yeah, map 25.
This passed quickly. Hope you had some fun.
Yeah, of course I had. What about you? I mean, it's always great to analyze those things and also like implement them into your gameplay, let's say like that.
Yes.
It's
So
always
actually,
great.
my world record here was sniped by Ivan, the legend himself, the TMGL player.
Okay, so we have Raystar in the top 5, in the top 2 to be exact, right? Great seeing that.
And also new replay from today, I think, by Grenadier. Also got sniped by him, being so place. So that is a close fight at the top. But Ivan, there are two sections. I think his start wasn't that great, actually. But there are two sections where he did so close to perfection that it's gonna be tough to beat. It's gonna be tough to beat. It's definitely possible to, and I'm definitely gonna try. But yeah, he's having very sick lines there. So that's the Grenadier car. You can recognize it. I'm driving with the Taro one, and Ivan with the purple one. So he's going for temporarily better speed, but then he's getting a bit sniped there. So perfect start even by Grenadier. That's nice to see. Yeah, I think I actually lost some speed here in that section, and then I started risking. So amazing start by Grenadier, wow. I didn't know his start was that good.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. But of course now the most important part, this left turn.
Yeah, and you really wanna optimize for speed. You're under freewheeling even, under engine off. So you're just losing and losing speed. So here I gained a lot over Grenadier because I did this part a bit better, but Yvonne did it much better than I did. So I'm gaining advantage over Grenadier, Yvonne gaining advantage over me. So it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Actually, I lost it to Grenadier. I think I broke too much there, and then in the finish I got it back. So it was close until the end. But he released too much. Speaking of Grenadier here.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think you should probably follow the middle part of Yvonne, showcasing how amazing it was actually done.
But yeah, I mean it's a freewheel massacre. So the most important part here is of course to gain as much speed as possible. You can see it also here. You are like you want to minimize steering, going for a very, very wide approach, and then just don't want to exit with a drift or just minimize the drift just drift cancel, and everyone just gets a good amount of speed. Then there is an alternative route where you just jump to the left or like approach, release a bit, and then go to the left here through that gap, which is the initial, I think, safe route after respawn. But you can also utilize it like that because there's a little bit of reset. But let's follow Evon's line here.
Yeah, so starting here, he starts to do so well, actually. Have a look at that. Amazingly done, amazingly done. Look at the speed. He's basically overtaking Grenadier within nothing. And actually, that one in slow motion would look amazing.
Was that actually
He
full
went
speed?
so close to the walls. That's the turn I couldn't do. That's the turn I tried and couldn't do. I need more time to do that one. That one was epic. That's tough to do. That's really tough to do.
Is that actually full speed, this left turn here?
Yes, he did, and he went over that sand, so that he's losing some of his speed, and basically went full left, full speed. That is amazing. That is amazing, and also the end of the turn you can skip because it's a bit far with 10s of his speed. But yeah, the end of the turn is also so close to the wall, so close. So yeah, amazingly done. I tried it. I also got it pretty good, but not like Yvonne. Yvonne got it in a completely different level. Look at that. Look at that. You couldn't put a card, the business card, I don't know, between the wall and Yvonne. That it would crush.
Okay, some speed is still possible.
Piece of paper.
But it will be hard to beat that time. It's already pretty fast.
True. And two more things to say about this map, because that one I actually hunted a lot, so I can say a lot about this one. Two more things. You really wanna in that section you really wanna stick to the left. You wanna go to the left early because you're losing more and more time every single second. So you don't wanna travel too much distance. It's very important. So here is distance over speed. You don't wanna travel too much distance. You stick to the left. It's very important. And the other thing that is very important, it's about 22 seconds into the map, I think it was, when you showed it before. So right here you have two options to how to take this turn. You can go to the Yvonne approach, or my approach basically. Yvonne approach is basically you go and hit this corner and then you keep all of your speed and hope no one is gonna catch you. I think it's actually kind of slower. So I and other players got with another approach. So basically slow down here a bit and then you land on the start of the boosts, gaining much more back. So I went for that approach. So me and Yvonne driving this part completely differently, but getting still very close later. So that is some knowledge for you on this map. So here you can see me driving full speed. Here I start to release. I start release.
And you get
It looks
the
like
boost up.
yeah, but I'm getting full boost. And in that particular run, I think I didn't get it that good, but you can still see I'm coming way closer. I'm basically almost sniping Yvonne here.
Yeah, you get a
And
good approach.
yeah, and if you get it like perfectly, then you snipe everyone basically. Like I think Granadi did the best out of the two combinations, so he actually did a very sick start. Very nicely done by him.
Yeah, he did a mixture of that. That's true. So yeah, very, very hard map with all the freewheel. You can lose a lot of time. And I mean, gaps, we have a 120.624 from Avon and then a 120.9. So I mean, 120 of length, but still a gap of 0.3 on a freewheel map. So there, I think there's still some things possible. Maybe a 5x, maybe even a 4x.
Yeah, I think 4x would be the end of the campaign here. If I had to call like a specific time, I think low 4x. But that is of course very tough to achieve. I don't know. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps we'll see 3x. Perhaps only 5x. Perhaps even Yvonne will keep this. Though I'll try not to let that happen. But
we don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. We have to wait and see.
Exactly.
Still young times here in this campaign.
Well, I mean, that's it for the campaign. I mean, there are a lot of things that we have figured out on those maps. I mean, our Trackmania knowledge is not perfect, but I think we nailed it down quite well, and you've also could underline it with a lot of knowledge from your hunting sessions. I'm not the best player myself, like, I'm okay, but I'm not a WR hunter, let's say like that. But I have a lot of knowledge about this game. So I think I could also, like, implemented some good things and also analyzed some things correctly, hopefully.
I still think we did pretty accurate for at least most of the maps. So, end of the day, we want everyone to be able to drive just a tiny bit faster with this analyzation. So I hope we were able to showcase at least some little things on every map. Of course, we can go more in depth, but at the same time, I don't think we wanna do this till 6 a.m. So
exactly, we can do that.
Yeah, so we kept that short. We kept that a bit shorter, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's it. A lot of people are asking if I upload this one to YouTube, and yes, already part 1 is on YouTube. I'm gonna just link that to you now, because a lot of people are actually asking about that. This will also go on YouTube, and also make sure to check out Raystar. So, Raystar's club.
Thanks again, and
give him a follow.
Yeah, and I had some fun. I know you did too. Hopefully, you the chat are also enjoying.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun also for me. Hopefully the chat also enjoyed. So the second part will go also on YouTube. The first part is already there, where we analyzed map 1 to 15. We also found some things out on those maps. So yeah, let's actually take a look here. I mean, I think this could be cool. Just to check in the solo ranking. I mean, we are only 12 days in, or like 11, let's say, like that. But who's actually first right now? Let's take a look here.
Don't show that. Don't show that. I got pushed out of the podium.
Okay, yeah, so mine was leading. Then we have Roadtaker Nexo actually on 3rd. Nice to see that. Then Tal on 4th. Also good job. And then Scrappy on P5. In Europe...
Yeah, Nexo sniped map 9 today. That was insanely nice by him. I saw his run there. It's very nicely done. Very nicely run there by Nexo on map 9.
Okay, that's 54 too. Oh, that's incredible. Wow, nice time. But of course, so we're gonna do that again. We're just gonna go through all the records. Probably just, I would say, go for the top 5 of the end from the end of the campaign with the top 1 replay of that what we have just analyzed. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. But till the next time. Exactly. It was a pleasure, man.
So thank you so much for joining, Tal, as always.